being in love. There's nothing more beautiful, nothing more special.
It's a feeling in your heart. It's a feeling in your heart. I'm looking for that person that sets my soul on fire.
Prepare your hearts for real love drama. Television's biggest show.
Oh my god. Yeehaw!
Unleashes love.
That's the first time I was like,
like you've never seen before.
I told you! Stop it! Stop it!
You Married at First Sight.
My wife's a psychopath.
Starts tonight, 7:30 on 9.
All new episodes of Hot Seat. With new, life-changing winners. New Millionaire Hot Seat. Today on 9.
Get solar sooner with Bright. 0% interest and network of trusted tradies.
Are you indecisive? Try choosing between the ooh yes of a Domino's vanilla custard puff roll and the yeah baby of a pepperoni puff roll. You can puff your meal with both for $6.95 at Domino's.
Last year, he was having a little bit of difficulty at school. He was coming home and feeling really frustrated. A friend of mine told me about Kip McGrath, and I did some research and looked them up online and organised an assessment for Patrick. I saw his confidence improve dramatically. As a mum, you always want to see your kids succeed, and it's a really great feeling. I'd absolutely recommend Kip.
Book a free learning assessment in English or Maths with Kip McGrath today.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
New Age Caravans, better than show deals at their Beyersdorf showroom. You won't find these deals anywhere else. Exclusive savings this Thursday till Sunday at New Age Caravans Newcastle, the Big Red Building, Beyersfield.
Could you afford a vet bill like this? What about these? With PD Pet Insurance, you can comprehensively insure your fur baby for less than $2 a day. Just go to pd.com.au, choose your plan, and buy online in under 3 minutes. To claim, simply go to a vet of your choice, get the treatment your pet needs, pay your vet and send us the bill. We pay out all valid claims within 2 business days. PD Pet Insurance. Buy online and get your first month free.
This Sunday in NBN News, join me for Rewind and celebrate the stories of us. In this episode, we remember big ship manufacturing and the development of coal handling facilities on Newcastle Harbour. Share the memories and rewind only on NBN News Sunday night from 6.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
To get your floating footlong absolutely free, grab our summer bundle deal. Summer feels good at Subway.
It's value the Australian way at Coles, with Coles Bakery cheese and bacon rolls. A tasty back-to-school snack, made in Australia and just $3.50 for a 4-pack. Get your back-to-school snacks in-store or with Click and Collect at Coles.
We all do things to make life better for each other, and thanks to Australian Seniors, the over 50 specialists, there's a way to take care of the people you love when you're no longer around. Right, Jan? With Seniors Term Life Insurance, your family will be financially protected. You can choose the amount you want to leave them up to $100,000, and there's a triple payout for accidental death. You can get cover from age 45 all the way up to 79, and Australian Seniors makes applying quick, simple and easy. You won't need any medicals or blood tests to apply. Just answer 8 health questions, and once approved, you're covered for up to 20 years, including terminal illness. And with dedicated claims specialists right here in Australia, claiming is stress-free. Call Australian Seniors for a life insurance quote now, because when you know your family's protected in the future, life's not just good, it's booming. Get a quote today. Call 137 001 or visit seniors.com.au.
This is Australia. This is Australia.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
A Belong coin. It feels good to plug into carbon neutral internet that's easy on your wallet. Animations spin. Because we all care about trees. And our wallets. And trees. And dolphins. And waterfalls. And frogs. And our wallets. And trees. And whatever this is. A tardigrade. Switch your NBN service today. Carbon neutral internet from $60 a month.
Oscar is the only place to go for a quality used car. They're all 191 point inspected, fully serviced, come with a money-back guarantee, 3-year warranty and a 3-year roadside assistance. Oscar, serving Aussies great used cars since 1998.
You've never seen TV like it.
If you can't defend yourself, you're not going to survive.
Australia Behind Bars starts Thursday after Married.
Download the 9News app. Access all the news you'll ever need when you want it at your fingertips with the free 9News app.
I'm in the heart of a rainforest, the richest, most dynamic environment on Earth.
Join David Attenborough for a 5-star television event. The magical new series that will have you gasping in astonishment.
This is the Green Planet.
Starts Friday, 7:30 on 9.
Hey Dad. Yes, son? I conquered my phobia of beards. That is a big deal. Let's celebrate.
Celebrate anything with the Domino's 3-tenner deal. Not 1, not 2, but 3 large pizzas delivered from $30. Monday to Friday, only at Domino's.
Make every little moment count. Fine chocolate. Luscious caramel. Introducing new caramel squares from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
While interest rates are low, have you checked in to make sure you're getting a great rate or are prepared to make that winning offer? Seeking out the right expert advice can help give yourself clarity and confidence whatever stage you're at in the property journey. Domain Home Loans can help match you with suitable loans from over 35 lenders and thousands of loan options. Don't spend more than you have to on your home loan. Apply online today with Domain Home Loans.
I'll be back in a tick.
So, how many weeks have you?
13. But shh, you know I haven't told Dad yet.
Dad, how did you know?
Have you heard of Amplifon?
Amplifon has been providing the latest technology in hearing aids for over 70 years. With over 300 Amplifon clinics, our audiologists will assess your hearing using our exclusive approach. Call 13-MY-EARS to book a free hearing test. That's 13-69-32-77. Amplifon, the hearing care professionals.
Travel the coast in comfort and style with Premier. From Cairns to Eden and everything in between. Take it easy with our newest fleet of coaches and our experienced coach captains. With our competitive prices, book your trip today. 133-410 or premierms.com.au. Premier, proudly Australian, family owned.
Here's a colour-coded map for the trip. Red are Toyota service centres.
Pink ones? Date nights.
With over 290 Toyota service centres across the country, contact your dealer to book a service today. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Find everything you need for your next adventure at the Newcastle Caravan Camping Lifestyle Expo. From caravans and camping gear to luxury RVs and holiday spots. From February 4 to 6, tickets are available online only at caravanexpo.com.
Good afternoon, I hope you're well. It's good to be back, enjoying some beautiful summery weather at the moment, but it's all going to come to a crashing end as we move through the weekend into the final month of summer. Seeing some thunderstorms fire up this afternoon across parts of the northwest around Boggabri and surrounds, and there's more to come. It's going to be really quite hot throughout tomorrow. All of that activity unfolding throughout the nation's interior, that will be making its way towards us, and it will be heavily affecting us from Wednesday onwards. So we've got one more day to enjoy. Temperatures climbing into the low 30s right across the central coast, Newcastle region. Thunderstorms likely potentially reaching the upper Hunter and across the New England tablelands and the western slopes, the northwest. We've got a real scorcher on our hands here, mid to high 30s and even a 40 in the forecast for Moree. Very warm to hide across northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. A closer look at all of your local details tonight from 6.
Australia's biggest school shoe sale is now on, and the new range of Paw Patrol and LOL Surprise school shoes by Lynx have landed exclusive to Williams and Mathers. Buy any pair and get a Paw Patrol or LOL Surprise show bag absolutely free. Hurry into Williams and Mathers, #1 for school shoes.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Get your floating footlong absolutely free. Grab our summer bundle deal. Summer feels good at Subway.
There are so many ways to live better, and at Medibank, we want to help every Australian find theirs, all for free. You could try online classes with Sydney Dance Company, or weekly park runs in your local area. Even meditating to heavy metal. To find a free activity for you, search Medibank Live Better Activities today.
From the V8 Guzzler to the Eco Saver, from the hatchback to the four-wheel drive, the sports car to the dual cab ute, we've got a car for everyone. At Oscar, we've got all the best makes and models. The variety is endless. Toyota, Mazda, Hyundai, Holden, Mitsubishi, Ford, VW, Nissan, Subaru, Honda, Kia, Jeep, and much, much more. And best of all, they all come with 3 years warranty, 3 years roadside assistance, and a money-back guarantee. Oscar, serving Aussie's great used cars since 1998.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. Students begin heading back to the classroom as the state government rolls out more vouchers to support families. A man arrested as the body of a young woman is found in an acid-filled bathtub in a Sydney unit. Spotify bows to pressure and cracks down on COVID misinformation as big-name artists pull their music. While the price of your favourite brew is on the rise. An Australian athlete's Winter Olympics dream back on track after a COVID scare. Rafael Nadal, the toast of Melbourne after a stunning comeback to claim the Australian Open title. And a nudie run stuns servo workers. Those stories and more coming up in NBN News at 6.
The story that stopped the world.
What's your name?
My name is Cleo.
Hello, Cleo.
Play for Oz. The next world champ. Don't like our beast.
The Aussie Angus. What will you taste first? The juicy hunk of Angus beef, crispy onion rings, beetroot? There's one way to find out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
G'day, campers.
Oh, hey, Brent, check us a beer from the chili bin.
It means pass him a drink from the cooler.
You know, the ice chest.
Oh, now down under, we say Evercool.
At Carpet Court, we've matched the latest carpet, hard flooring, blinds and rugs to this season's must-have edits. And right now you can earn double Qantas points, both in-store and online. Carpet Court, double Qantas points on now.
We love our holiday house and the extra income we get by sharing it as a holiday rental.
We enjoy welcoming guests, and they always comment on the way our property is presented.
Terry Shear provides cover for theft, damage by tenants and loss of rental income.
Terry Shear Holiday Rental Landlord Insurance.
We wouldn't rent our property without it.
Get a quote today. Call Terry Shear or go online.
Doors Plus makes entertaining easy with our fresco doors. Bring the outside inside with a homely timber finish or durable aluminium. With bifold, stackers and sliders, you'll be spoiled for choice. Beautiful alfresco doors delivered and installed. Visit a Doors Plus showroom today to see the alfresco range and book your free measuring quote. Doors Plus, no fuss.
Have a good day. I'll see you this afternoon. I love you.
Mackenzie was just 21, allegedly killed by a truckie who should never have been behind the wheel. Police say he was banned from driving for more than 20 years.
The laws are wrong. I'll never forgive this person.
A current affair tonight.
Australia's greatest television starts tonight.
Wow. Married at first sight.
Love at first sight is true. It exists.
Drama, betrayal.
The 100 with Andy Lee.
100 with your answer.
Oh, wow.
First thing I do when I get out is get the family back.
This is the Green Planet.
I'm Tara Brown, and this is 60 Minutes. This is the last time we see her alive.
It all begins with the first breathtaking wedding. Tonight, 7:30.
Wondering when you can put your pants back on? That's common. Putting on a brave face during physio?
How's that feel?
That's common. Insurance that puts people before profit? That's uncommon. At HCF, we're freezing health fund rates until November 1st, 2022. Join Australia's largest not-for-profit health fund today, HCF, Uncommon Care.
The rebate rewind is on! Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Another day without pants. Is that a wolf on your t-shirt? Oh, it's time to freshen up and dress like a person.
At Avia, save up to 10% on your premiums with our multi-policy discount when you combine 2 or more eligible insurance policies. Our little extra savings means Lindy can keep doing the things she loves.
Ooh, the Big Mac bacon. Who knew? Crispy, salty bacon. And a Big Mac with lashings of special sauce could work so well together. That was a rhetorical question. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Greater Bank, our home loan experts give customers greater advantages.
Like we visit you in your time and place. Our home loans have low rates and low fees, plus flexible repayment options.
To switch and save with us, you don't even have to talk to your current lender. Discover how we optimise home loans and why so many of our customers are ahead on theirs.
Talk with our home loan experts and gain your greater advantage with Greater Bank.
Want lasting relief from tooth sensitivity? It's time you switch to Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief Multi-Protection Toothpaste from Chemist Warehouse. It's clinically proven to build a lasting barrier that protects teeth against hot and cold food by blocking nerve pain. Brush twice daily for lasting relief from sensitivity. Colgate Sensitive Pro Relief is $4.99 at Chemist Warehouse. Get back to enjoying the foods and drinks you love. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
I expect the very best for myself and the people around me. Why should what I eat be any different? My lifestyle demands quality and convenience. Chef Good gives me both. Chef Good, where quality meets convenience.
That place that you've been seeing.
Welcome. It's real.
Showtime.
To summer's biggest new shows.
I'm the only real friend you got.
Aww.
All exclusive and all
Completely
free.
I'm free.
Really? The hottest new dramas.
Addictive TV. Exclusive to 9NBN. Your world of free entertainment.
Hello, Natasha Beyersdorf with an NBN News update. Students begin heading back to the classroom as the state government rolls out more vouchers to support families. A man arrested as the body of a young woman is found in an acid-filled bathtub in a Sydney unit. Spotify bows to pressure and cracks down on COVID misinformation as big-name artists pull their music. While the price of your favourite brew is on the rise. An Australian athlete's Winter Olympics dream back on track after a COVID scare. Rafael Nadal, the toast of Melbourne after a stunning comeback to claim the Australian Open title. And a nudie run stuns servo workers. Those stories and more coming up in NBN News at 6.
Mackenzie was just 21, allegedly killed by a truckie who should never have been behind the wheel.
I'll never forgive this person.
A current affair tonight.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Real friendship. Real teamwork. Real skills. Play something unreal. Club Rugby League. Look on the fried side of life with KFC.
Got Manshake? Get expert advice on your weight loss goals at your local Terry White Kenmart. The Manshake
And the Lady Shake.
at Terry White Kenmart. Now that's real chemistry.
I know this is a long shot, but there aren't any major events on this week, are there? Yeah, that should do us.
Bow.
Navigating your way through NDIS plans can be stressful and confusing, but Blitzit Plan Managers make it easy with fast, efficient and accurate payments and our free app that helps you track your plan on the go. Sign up at blitzit.com.au.
These are the Allambie Care Team, who support foster carers like Kelly and Katrina. There's an urgent need for foster carers. Please contact our team today.
G'day, Warner here to talk to you about hair loss. Yes, hair loss, hair loss, hair loss! Got it? The medical specialists at Advanced Hair Clinic offer a 100%
Yes,
guarantee
Warnie.
to get a result.
All of us have got it.
100%. That was good enough for me. Call now.
1300 advanced.
That stopped the world.
What's your name?
My name is Cleo.
Hello, Cleo.
On 60 Minutes.
Tonight in NBN News, a major change for the rollout of COVID boosters. New stimulus, hundreds of dollars in vouchers up for grabs. the body of a young woman found in an acid-filled bathtub, and Rafael Nadal's marathon night on the court to claim the Australian Open. Details tonight at 6.
Janet Jackson, her troubled upbringing.
I said no more.
Superstardom.
One of the biggest stars in the world.
Then
Everything went wrong.
We saw Janet's nipple.
inside the scandal that shocked the world.
An accident, was it planned?
Wednesday after Married on 9.
Fear of missing out on your dream home can be hard for a lot of buyers. In a competitive or changing property market, it's important to have all of the tools to help you win on Saturday and get the right home for you. Now on the Domain app, you can be notified about off-market properties that match your search to give you an edge over other buyers. On the app, simply create a search and tap the bell to get started. Hear about off-market properties before other buyers. Download the Domain app today.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Colin told me he saved $192 on comprehensive car insurance when he switched online to Budget Direct. And that's when I knew they'd solved it. It's time you switch to Budget Direct.
Insurance solved.
What? Your hearing aids are $9,000?
Yep.
We're going somewhere else. Can you help me? Another place gave me a quote for $9,000 for hearing aids.
Don't worry, we can save you thousands on those.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Thousands. Hello, Hawaii Cruise.
To save thousands on top of the range hearing aids, should have gone to Specsavers. Book a free 15-minute hearing check today.
So you think your carpet's really clean, the best that your streets ever seen, but do you really know what's going on down deep inside? Well, the cat's got fleas, it makes you sneeze, the carpet's dead and dirty, the kids cry out, the baby, and the lounge is looking murky. Just because they look clean doesn't mean they are. That's why you need Electro-Dry. That's why you need Electro-Dry. Electro-Dry.
Adjust-A-Care Warner's Bay. The care is choice in every way.
We have an extensive range of mobility adjustable beds
supports the
and chairs, so you can help
NDIS.
improve a loved one's
It has
independence
more
and mobility.
chairs.
Visit our brand new showroom today.
Adjust-A-Care
Business
Warner's
turns up.
Bay.
Turns down. Hiring, firing, leasing, buying,
Partnering, disputing.
Before business turns left,
Turn right.
always turn to Turnbull Hill Lawyers.
Newcastle is not within the Central Coast.
As her family slept, little Cleo was snatched away. The untold story
Someone has her.
that will echo around the world.
Shaking so much, my jaw was shaking. He was trying to change her.
Surprising revelations in the most powerful tell-all you'll ever see.
This Sunday on 60 Minutes.
The story that stopped the world.
What's your name? My name is Cleo.
The search for Cleo is over on 60 Minutes Sunday.
Try Tip Top Thins. They're a softer, lighter lunch the whole family will enjoy. And each sandwich thin has 35% less calories and carbs than a medium wrap.
As a child living in poverty, Amy misses out every day on having a correct uniform, on building her confidence, and on the feeling of fitting in. Without the school essentials she needs, Amy's not only missing out on the chance to learn, keep up and thrive, but on her chance to build a better future. You can help. Please sponsor an Australian child today. Search the Smith family. Children aged 5 to 11 years can now receive their free COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best way to protect them, your family, and community. All vaccines are thoroughly tested before use and reduce a child's chances of getting sick. Talk to your GP, pharmacist, or healthcare professional if you have questions. Book now at australia.gov.au.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Australia's biggest school shoe sale is now on. Take 20% off all Clarks and Colorado school shoes and get an incredible 12-month warranty on all Colorado Resilience. Plus, a free gift with every purchase. Hurry into Williams & Mathers, #1 for school shoes.
Australia's biggest school shoe sale
Medibank
ends
asks,
Monday.
can the way we live be better?
I'm Sammy and I'm a project coordinator. I was stuck on the couch. My hobbies were watching TV. I decided if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this big. As soon as I picked up my first weapon, I knew that this was a sport for me. Climb a tower and be a princess and get shot at with arrows, wizards throwing spell packets. It's an amazing feeling. It's euphoric.
There are so many ways we can live better. Search Medibank Live Better to find yours.
Find everything you need for
At the
your next
Newcastle
adventure at the
Entertainment
Newcastle
Centre.
Caravan Camping Lifestyle
February
Expo.
4 to
From caravans
February
and camping gear to luxury RVs and holiday spots.
Hurry.
From February 4 to 6, tickets are available online
Newcastle
only at
Entertainment Centre in
caravanexpo.com.
Andy Lee is back in a brand new season with 100 Aussies ready to reveal.
Starts next
all.
Tuesday.
Hate their job.
After maths.
I'm assuming your job was a hairdresser and you walked out halfway through your own cut?
Join Australia's funniest comedians to find out what the country is really thinking.
71% of relationships have what?
An STD?
New The 100 starts next Tuesday after Married. Nothing compares.
Get ready for the NRL and NRLW to come.
To rise up and fly. Firepower, when the only way through is straight through. To see the full power
Say the
of
power.
the world's best footy. You gotta see it on 9.
Tonight in NBN News, final preparations across the Hunter for the return to school are wildly bouncing back after a horrific ordeal. Fresh calls for action on the Swansea Channel, but a heartbreaking return for the Jets. That's next.
Mackenzie was just 21, allegedly killed by a truckie who should never have been behind the wheel.
I'll never forgive this person.
A current affair tonight.
Are you indecisive? Try choosing between the ooh yes of a Domino's vanilla custard puff roll and the yeah baby of a pepperoni puff roll. You can puff your meal with both for $6.95 at Domino's.
It's value the Australian way at Coles. With Coles tasty cheese slices. Perfect for back to school, a source of calcium, and just $6.50 for a 24-slice pack. Get your back to school snacks in-store or with Click and Collect at Coles.
Terry White Chemmart has real deals on fragrances this Valentine's Day, like 70% off Burberry, 40% off Dolce & Gabbana, and 35% off Paco Rabanne. Get real deals every day at Terry White Chemmart. Now that's real chemistry.
HelloFresh's new summer menu is bringing you the goodness of delicious meals shared together. Now with fresh summer recipes, perfect for inside or outside, shared with those that matter the most. Share the goodness this summer with HelloFresh.
Go to
hellofresh.com.au. Budget Direct's car and home and contents claim service a 5-star
Budget
rating.
Direct.
That's when I knew that
That's why you have your insurance solved.
It's time you switch to Budget Direct.
Call 1330
Our
26.
microbiome is made up of more bacteria than there are stars in the Milky Way. Support your family's general health and well-being with LifeSpace probiotics. Discover LifeSpace at Chemist Warehouse.
Bed Match at 40 Winks takes the confusion out of buying a bed. And right now, get any size mattress for the price of a single. That's a queen, king, or super king mattress for the price of a single. But hurry, limited time only. 40 Winks, serious about sleep.
Coaster Country Pressure Cleaning, specialising in large-scale cleaning projects from residential to commercial, civil and industrial sites, schools, public spaces, shopping centres, caravan parks. Call Dave today for a free, no-obligation quote.
Coaster Country.
I think you've got what it takes
but if
to
you're
ride
on a
to
bike, make sure you watch out, because it could result in a death or an accident. so make sure you slow down and look out.
Every time you ride to live. The weddings all of Australia have been waiting for
Oh my God, I'm like shaking now.
are finally here.
Okay, so should we get married?
Starting tonight, 7:30, over 4 breathtaking nights. Australia's wildest,
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
most surprising,
7:30 tonight.
Well, you're coming back to my hotel room tonight.
emotional roller coaster.
God help me.
It's a whole new level of love.
And drama.
the start of our happily ever after.
Married at First Sight starts tonight,
And
7:30.
continues Thursday and Sunday. We love it. 9.
Tonight, we speak to parents and teachers as students return to school, families to get vouchers for after-school care, businesses fired up over JobSaver, and Rafael Nadal's stunning comeback. Details next. Tonight, family tragedy. A father and his young son drowned while rock fishing.
Last-minute preparations for the mass return to school and hundreds of dollars in vouchers headed for parents.
A husband questioned after a woman's body is found in a bath full of chemicals.
The federal government confronted by COVID protesters and a dire opinion poll.
And what a win! Rafael Nadal makes tennis history in a marathon Australian Open final.
This is NBN News.
With Gavin Morris and
Good
Natasha
evening, and horrific
Beyersdorf.
scene for lifesavers and locals in Sydney's southeast, with a father and his 9-year-old son drowning at Little Bay just hours ago.
The pair were rock fishing when the boy was swept into the ocean, his dad jumping in to try and rescue him.
A warm summer's day and just after 3 o'clock, an horrific chain of events at Little Bay Beach. A 9-year-old boy was rock fishing with his father when witnesses say they saw the young boy plunge into the water below, his dad jumping in to save him. Emergency crews responded to 2 people in trouble. When they got there, it was a critical situation.
People screaming and more police frantically trying to make their way down on the cliff face.
The man in his 40s was pulled from the water by surf lifesavers. The boy airlifted by the Westpac rescue helicopter to a nearby golf course where crews frantically performed CPR. Both died at the scene. A summer tragedy, and for many schools, the last day of holidays.
Both were under the reef, couldn't get out, and died drowning, basically, and the wife looked on helplessly.
There have been more than 35 coastal drowning deaths so far this summer, a staggering 13% increase on last year.
The final consignments of rapid antigen tests have been handed out as thousands of New South Wales students prepare to go back to the classroom. The state government is now looking to lighten the load on parents who have struggled through 2 years of juggling work and at-home learning.
The slow trickle of students through gates across Sydney. Our Lady of Mercy College in Parramatta, one of a handful of independent schools resuming today. The vast majority start back tomorrow.
Cannot come quick enough, I can tell you.
And there's another item on the back to school checklist, rapid antigen tests.
More than 8 million tests now go out to schools.
At Woolooware Public and Lucas Heights Community School, drive-through rat collections for twice weekly COVID screening.
It always makes my eyes water and it tickles a lot.
Very easy, streamlined. Yeah, teachers knew what they were doing, very organised.
Seeing off 4 of his 6 children to school this morning, the Premier knows the struggle. He's also bringing relief.
For parents, this pandemic has been incredibly tough, balancing homeschooling with work, and we want to do whatever we can to improve that daily juggle.
$500 vouchers for before and after school care, one for each primary school child, redeemed through the Service New South Wales app from February 28.
We've just booked her in for 3 days, so it'll be a big help to us. Yeah, I just heard it on the way here, so I was like really happy. Woohoo! Okay.
And there's more. In February, parents of school-aged children can apply for 5 $50 vouchers per household to spend on accommodation or discover activities. In addition, everyone over 18 will get a $50 voucher to spend on accommodation across the state.
It will all appear on your service app.
As kids reunite with their buddies, COVID cases are expected to rise, making boosters all the more important.
Just remind parents that even if your child has symptoms and you have a negative rapid antigen test, please keep that child home.
It will be at least 2 weeks before the impact of kids going back to school is reflected in our COVID numbers. Once the government has a clearer picture, it will reassess how to move forward, which could include a change to the twice-weekly rapid tests.
The tests perform best in the presence of symptoms, and it may well be moving forward we switch our strategies more to a focus on symptomatic individuals.
The state recorded 13,026 new infections and 27 deaths. What's promising, active cases have halved in the past 12 days. The government's plan appears to be holding, but the Premier's decision to open as cases surged remains under scrutiny. Briefing notes show health officials warned the vaccine may be less effective against Omicron and hospitalisations could rise 5 days before COVID restrictions were scrapped.
Obviously, he had to reverse course a week later, but it was too late for our public hospital system. That was smashed as a result of increased hospitalisations.
What we've always known in our state is that as we open up, case numbers will increase, hospitalisations and ICUs will increase.
Having all children back in classrooms is the next big test. Sophie Walsh, NBN News.
Hundreds of protesters have been locked in a standoff with police on the steps of federal parliament, angry at vaccine mandates and restrictions. But the coalition should be worried about a much wider and growing disaffection with the government.
An angry crowd pressed against the doors of Parliament as protesters bring their rage to the national capital. Furious at vaccine mandates, health restrictions, politicians, and the media. The truth is, this is not the only group angry with the federal government.
The Australian people are giving us a kick up the rear end at the moment.
And with the government due to face those people at an election in just 4 months, all the recent polls are bad. The Coalition's primary vote was a tick over 41% at the last election, which delivered its bare majority of 77 seats. The latest news poll in The Australian has it falling to 34% and Labor rising to 41%, with Anthony Albanese just 2 points shy of Scott Morrison as preferred Prime Minister. And he has a daily spray at government failures.
The big grand slam of failures during this pandemic, of tracing, testing, quarantine facilities and vaccinations.
And after a grim run through the holidays, the Morrison government is again battling with the states, with New South Wales on the attack over the Commonwealth's refusal to go halves on a $1 billion small business bailout.
But the more support we provide our businesses now, the better off our state and country will be.
We welcome New South Wales making this contribution, but we also recognise that the federal government has done the bulk of the heavy lifting.
The Prime Minister will ramp up his re-election pitch tomorrow in a speech focused on economic management and recovery, and he'll pledge up to $800 in bonuses for the aged care workers who've been on the pandemic front line. That won't win this crowd. And the anger in the electorate goes well beyond fringe protests. Scott Morrison called his last election win a miracle. He's going to need another. Chris Ullman, NBN News.
Rapid antigen tests remain hard to come by in the Hunter, but local pharmacies are banding together to share stock. It comes as parents had their last day to secure tests ahead of the return to school. Claudia Vodoljak joins us now. Claudia, it's been a bit of a rush today.
It has, Tash. Parents have been rolling up to school gates all day, picking up those sought-after kits. And for the general public, there's hope that these tests could be made more accessible. I'm told a local pharmacy has secured a strong supplier and is happily sharing stock with others. As for schools, there's enough for 2 tests a week per staff and students for a month as the government plans its next step. Tash. putting a disrupted school year behind them and starting fresh. Hunter teachers are preparing to welcome students back 2022 style as parents race to pick up rapid antigen tests.
A big load off our shoulders. We especially thought, oh my goodness, A, where are we going to find them? And B, how are we going to afford that with such a big family?
But the union isn't as optimistic about the return.
Staffing's obviously a major concern. There were issues around staffing before COVID, before the third wave. So we've been telling the government how you're supposed to staff schools now.
It might be that something goes south very quickly, but we're all prepared.
The testing regime boosting confidence
has certainly put a whole lot of any of those initial anxieties as at ease.
It's about keeping our community safe, keeping our students safe, keeping our staff safe so we can get on with what we're about, teaching and learning.
And while these gates will swing open tomorrow, businesses fear they may have to close up. And that's despite the announcement of JobSaver 2.0.
No one's got any money left in the kitty. We're all pulling our money from our redrawing on our house loans and getting credit cards to try and keep things going.
Luke Tills owns 2 Newcastle hospitality venues. The Omicron outbreak has caused losses he won't recoup.
It's madness. Like, there's no back pay.
Mr. Tills is eligible to claim up to 20% of his February payroll.
That's not enough to help us survive. 20% of that's $2,500, $3,000 a week. We're incurring losses of $20,000 a week.
This is merely a box-ticking exercise for this government, so they can say, yes, we've helped. Ticking the box simply doesn't cut it for many businesses.
Claudia Radoljak, NBN News.
A Mayfield man is behind bars tonight, accused of robbing the Iron Horse Hotel at Cardiff last week. 33-year-old Nathan Paul is the second man charged over the alleged incident. Detectives also allege Paul was involved in a separate robbery at Stockton. A Central Coast body modifier convicted over a woman's death following a procedure has broken down in court while applying for bail. Brendan Russell today said he's been isolated for weeks and hasn't even seen his newborn son.
Brendan Russell's 11 weeks behind bars have been marred by COVID, isolation and lockdowns. Today, he applied for release before he's sentenced in March, telling the Supreme Court, "I've had one visit by my wife in person and one visit via video link to see my son that I haven't met yet." Russell has been behind bars since November after a judge convicted him of 3 crimes committed against 3 different women who he performed body modification procedures on, including the manslaughter of one who died after he inserted a plastic snowflake in her hand. Today, 39-year-old Russell sobbed as he described his time in Parklea Prison. "I feel isolated, I'm in constant anxiety, and when I had COVID, they don't give you any Panadol, so I was just in pain and locked away in a room." Russell's solicitor said the Omicron outbreak has made conditions in jail very harsh and are having an impact on his client's mental health. In arguing for his release, he told the court he understands he will be returning to custody when he's sentenced, but the hope is that conditions will have improved. In refusing bail, Supreme Court Judge Michael Walton noted Russell has not accepted responsibility or expressed remorse for his crimes and is also a flight risk, given he's now facing a lengthy prison sentence. Russell will be sentenced in 5 weeks. Tyson Cottrell, NBN News.
Midnight Oil's final tour is fast approaching and Hunter-based musician William Crichton will be front and centre. He's been named to open the show at Newcastle Entertainment Centre.
You know, to be able to warm the crowd up and play a great show in front of all of those people as well on such a historical sort of event is, it's really humbling.
The February 23 concert is the first stop on the tour.
Let's take a quick look at the weather across the Hunter today. It was certainly a warm one. We've seen temperatures climb into the high 20s and low 30s throughout parts of the valley.
Coming up after the break, police investigate after a wallaby is found in horrific circumstances in Lake Macquarie.
Relief for one of our Winter Olympians who initially tested positive for COVID.
And Rafael Nadal celebrates his 21st Grand Slam title.
I just discovered that Budget Direct have once again been named Money Magazine's Best Value Car and Home and Contents Insurer. That's an idiot, it's all did. Pretty impressive. It's time you switched to Budget Direct.
Once, twice, 3 in a row. We've been ranked Australia's healthiest supermarket-owned brands 3 years in a row, making healthier easier. That's today's fresh food people. I dance in your arms, happy and free. When we were alone, Michael Hill, let's love.
Get solar sooner with Bright. 0% interest and network of trusted tradies.
Try Tip Top Thins. They're a softer, lighter lunch the whole family will enjoy. And each sandwich thin has 35% less calories and carbs than a medium wrap.
The Aussie Angus. What will you taste first? The juicy hunk of Angus beef, crispy onion rings, beetroot? There's one way to find out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Mojo, we want you to enjoy more new in 22. That's why we're making your new home dream even more achievable with a huge $50,000 cash discount on every Mojo home. So discover more by visiting a Mojo display home today.
Rosie here is pretty happy with herself. You see, with Newcastle Permanent, she can quickly fix her mate up for last night's takeaway that she might have just remembered about. Not bad.
I want to live, not merely survive, and I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be free, I just gotta be free, I gotta be free.
Police investigating reports of possible domestic violence have made the worst possible discovery, a young woman's body in a bathtub of chemicals. Tonight, her husband is being questioned by homicide detectives.
Suiting up in forensics, gloves and even breathing apparatus, no amount of protection could shield emergency crews from the confronting scene inside this North Parramatta unit.
Officers forced entry to the unit, and inside the bathroom they found the body of a female.
Police say her body was in the bathtub filled with acid, tubs of the chemical uncovered in the same room.
The cause of her death is not known. We're expecting a post-mortem will be held either later today or sometime tomorrow.
The 20-year-old woman lived in the Pennant Hills Road unit with her husband, their pet cat rescued from the toxic scene by police. Neighbours heard screaming in the hours before officers broke down their door.
It sounded like they were about to sing, and then it turned straight into a bit of a scream, but it was only abrupt, it was only short.
But it wasn't neighbours who called 000. Police were tipped off by a member of the husband's family. He called them to say the couple had an argument. The victim's concerned in-laws then called officers for a welfare check. The husband fled in his work truck, sparking a manhunt. Police releasing this image to turn up the pressure today. He handed himself in 20 hours later. Tonight in custody, the 20-year-old is being questioned by detectives as forensics comb through hazardous evidence. Sophie Upcroft, NBN News.
An orphaned wallaby is slowly bouncing back after an act of animal cruelty at Lake Macquarie. Police are still piecing together what happened as wildlife carers dedicate hour after hour to the little one's recovery. And a warning, some of the details in this story are confronting.
He might be cosy enough, but even the softest of fabrics aren't the same as Mum's pouch. This little wallaby is now known as Warrior to his carers, and for good reason.
When he first came in, he was in terrible shock. He was shaking, and he never stopped shaking for a couple of days.
Beau Appleton was bushwalking at Cardiff earlier this month when he spotted Warrior's mum shot dead. The Joey was trapped in a hole nearby under smouldering logs and a cage.
I was thinking to myself, you know, what does the world come to? He was lethargic, he was malnourished, and it was just terrible.
No older than 5 months, Warrior was still dependent on Mum's milk. He was taken to Hunter Wildlife Rescue, and volunteers have been treating him around the clock ever since.
For the last week and a half, he's just been in intensive care and getting a lot of love and attention, as you can see.
The scar on his nose now the only sign he was in harm's way, though he continues to undergo checks.
I'm sure he's going to have a lovely life. We're going to make sure of that.
Police are investigating.
As wildlife carers continue to get Warrior back on track, they're calling for anyone with information to come forward.
It's just beyond my words to describe how someone could harm any sort of animal, let alone take a baby from a pouch.
Sarah Iuliano, NBN News.
Huge relief for Australia's Olympic team tonight, with Tali Gill cleared to compete despite testing positive for COVID yesterday. The curler cleared by 2 subsequent tests, with team officials blaming virus fragments from a previous infection.
They shed tears on the ice when they qualified and posed with their passes for Instagram. Today, though, confirmation our curling team's Olympics almost ended when Tali Gill tested positive on arrival in Beijing.
They've dealt with all the challenges and the unknown, and after the second negative test, they're back in business.
The 22-year-old had caught COVID training earlier this year. Tonight, she's focusing on her first match in just 48 hours' time against America.
We don't wish that upon anybody, and we know they've worked just as hard to get here, and it would be devastating to any athlete. So I'm glad to hear that, you know, things have hopefully been resolved.
A different type of disrupted preparation for mogul skier Matt Graham. This crash in Switzerland just 7 weeks ago.
I think 3 weeks ago today, I was still sitting on the couch, icing pretty much non-stop and in a sling.
That surgery for a broken collarbone, the long recovery done in short time, just a month between crashing and splashing into a pool in Brisbane. But tonight, the world champion is ready.
It might not be 100%, but I don't need it to be 100% for me to be able to ski at the level I need to.
A silver medalist in Pyeongchang, this time he leads a team with both experience and potential. Yesterday they posed with rings, now it's medals on their mind.
I actually have really high expectations for this team.
More than half of our team are now here in China, the squad without ski racer Maddie Hoffman, who's failed to recover from a crash of her own.
I just cried. I didn't really know what to feel.
The 21-year-old preparing to cheer the team on from Utah.
I think I'll watch. It might be a little hard, but I'm just going to be a spectator.
Last night's game face was today replaced by a beaming smile as Rafael Nadal soaked up, coming from 2 sets down to win the Australian Open. And it took all of his remaining energy to cart around that big silver trophy today. The Spaniard, the crowd favourite, and the greatest. In the grounds of Victoria's Government House, King Rafa with his 21st Grand Slam silverware. The 2022 Australian Open and World Tennis throne belong to Rafael Nadal.
I tried very hard during all my career here in Australia, and finally was probably the most unexpected year for me, you know, to achieve one more time this beautiful trophy.
A 5.5-hour epic. The fidgety workhorse at 35 pulling out his biggest ever comeback, blowing the roof off Rod Laver Arena. It's 21 for Rafa, and he stands alone at the summit of men's tennis. Though the ghost of Novak Djokovic is circling after his absence casts a shadow. The world number one wanted this moment to be his.
We always have been very respectful with each other. I think we understood the rivalry in a positive way.
And so, will the Oz Open be remembered for its unprecedented tribulations or its salvaging triumphs?
We're the sporting capital of the world, and I think we put that stamp back into that position.
Only Djokovic can say what it was like to watch from afar, but via social media, only praise for Nadal. It was an amazing achievement, he says, commending Rafa's always impressive fighting spirit. Indeed, he finally lifted the trophy at 1:15 this morning.
Good evening, everyone. Well, good evening, no, good morning, at least.
In the rooms, collapsing in a heap. Moments later, back on the bike, he got an hour's sleep.
Not much, no. I was trying to sleep a little bit, but it was super difficult tonight.
But every grand tale needs a hero and a villain, with Daniil Medvedev happy to oblige. There was no love lost between him and the new book, Oz Open Crowd. Add crowd complaints to Craig Tiley's headaches. The players love him, though not all loved the Melbourne Park atmosphere. The Tennis Australia boss declaring he's sticking around. So, there's a bit to work through.
Well, a passionate crowd's good for tennis. It's good for any sport. With Ash playing and with Rafa coming back, you could not get excited.
Let's get excited about the weather. Taking a quick look now, there's a lot going on right around the country as our region continues to enjoy hot, mostly sunny conditions. We have an even hotter first day of the new month tomorrow and final month of the season. Now, likely to see a few more isolated storms inland over the northern ranges in the afternoon. The 30-degree plus temperatures will be coming to an end with a significant change on the way in the coming days. More details on that development later in the bulletin.
Coming up after the break, news that's hard to swallow, why the price of tap beer is going up.
Forget yelling and screaming, the angry driver who unloaded with a handgun.
And just what prompted this man to pay for his petrol in his birthday suit.
Get your friends and family together for a summer session with Dulux. Worth doing with Dulux.
Tell your love story this Valentine's Day with Pandora Jewellery.
Bega, Australia's most loved cheese.
Boys, I got a whiz, eh?
Again?
Irresistibly smooth chocolate. Made to melt you. Lindor by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Colin told me he saved $192 on comprehensive car insurance when he switched online to Budget Direct. And that's when I knew they'd solved it. It's time you switch to Budget Direct.
Once, twice, 3 in a row. We've been ranked Australia's healthiest supermarket own brands 3 years in a row, making healthier easier. That's today's fresh food, people.
It feels good to plug into carbon neutral internet that's easy on your wallet, because we all care about trees and our wallets and dolphins and whatever this is. Switch your NBN service today.
Step into the new year with an incredible $50,000 cash discount off all McDonald Jones homes. Discover how easy it is to get started on your dream home today. Head to a display home or visit mcdonaldjoneshomes.com.au.
friends and family together for a summer session with Dulux. Worth doing with Dulux.
Help is on the way for the people of Coopapedy, the South Australian opal mining town that's found itself an island in the desert cut off by floodwater. The Defence Force is doing food drops there today and tomorrow.
They're highly trained, they're highly motivated, and we are very proud of the work they do.
Coopapedy is cut off from both Adelaide and the Northern Territory. In some places, more than a metre of water covers the Stewart Highway.
19 people have been killed in Brazil when torrential rain triggered flooding and landslides in the state of Sao Paulo. Overflowing rivers spilled into the streets, the dangerous conditions forcing 500,000 families out of their homes.
3 people have died in the United States after a storm swept through parts of the northeast. The cold blast buried cities in up to 75 centimetres of snow and left more than 100,000 people without power. In Nantucket, storm surges turned roads to rivers while New Yorkers made the best of the bad weather, breaking into a snowball fight.
The UK has also suffered through wild weather with gale force winds battering regions in the north. 2 people were killed by falling trees, including a 9-year-old boy. Tens of thousands of homes are still without power, and a second storm cell is expected to hit in a matter of hours. It resembles a scene from Hollywood, but this is a real fit of road rage on a Florida highway. Noticing a Toyota tailgating him, this driver pulled out his gun and unloaded nearly a dozen bullets. Incredibly, no one was injured, and the man only managed to damage his own car.
Russia has deployed fighter jets to Ukraine's northeastern border, effectively encircling the country. Those near the front line worry of psychological damage to their children and fear they may not survive the conflict.
On the snowy streets of Popasna in eastern Ukraine, an old yellow bus pulls into view. Like any other school bus, it's picking up children ready for another day of lessons. But getting an education in the war-weary Luhansk region is unlike anywhere else. The school in Troitska is just 700 metres from Ukraine's front line. To get to school, the bus drives right alongside that front line, putting the children directly in the sights of Russian-backed separatists on the other side.
Just imagine this situation. There is a lesson. Children are studying, and then BAM!
This teacher says explosions are heard daily, as the director describes how the school was completely destroyed, then rebuilt. The gym still bears the scars of a direct hit, and the school walls are papered with mine awareness campaigns. This mural, drawn by the children, warning of the dangers of straying too far from home. It is so hard psychologically, Marina Vertsanova says. Children are reacting with hysterics, insomnia, aggression. This war is very hard on them.
On the chair.
7-year-old Katja has only ever known war. Like many of the children, she won't speak of it, but says she enjoys school. Teachers, scared the daily danger they face could escalate further. As Russia sends fighter jets to Kaliningrad, northeast of Ukraine, effectively encircling the country. There are now an estimated 130,000 troops on the Ukrainian border, plus heavy weapons in Belarus, Crimea and Transnistria, a breakaway Russian-backed region of Moldova. The high-stakes negotiations between Russia, the US and Europe may seem a world away from these children, but it's their lives that will be the first to be impacted by the outcome. The children are our future, Marina says. We are trying to give them a good childhood. And this week the UK will be stepping up its intervention in the crisis. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to visit the region and hold crisis talks with Vladimir Putin, at the same time as considering ramping up troop numbers in Eastern Europe and warning of tough new sanctions, these ones targeting Russian banks, energy companies and oligarchs close to the Kremlin. Gav?
Finally get a hint on where official interest rates are headed when the Reserve Bank meets tomorrow for the first time this year. Economists expect them to jump by August, leaving borrowers facing some tough choices.
For the Kandasamy family, buying their apartment in December was both exciting and worrying. Talk of interest rates rising this year forcing them to reconsider the monthly budget.
it might increase 1%, it will increase another 300, 400.
The IT workers had initially settled for a variable loan but decided to lock in a fixed rate, even though it was similar.
Instead of the variable, we are going the fixed rate. So we can know, okay, the next 2 years we will pay this amount only.
Westpac recently predicted rates would start to rise in August, possibly sooner, surging from an historic low of 0.1% to 1.75% by March 2024. CBA, more cautious, saying it will peak at 1.25%.
Rates are going up, there's no two ways about it. It'll come sooner than you think.
In April last year, there were 179 fixed-rate loans below 2%. Today, just 31. The latest ABS data shows a total of $332 billion worth of loans have been fixed since the start of the pandemic 2 years ago, $73 billion in the first 6 months. That means a large number of mortgage holders are about to come off their 2-year fixed loans, just as official rates are about to start rising again, leaving them with some tough choices.
If that's you, work out exactly when your fixed rate term ends and start shopping around for options well in advance of that. The last thing you want is to automatically roll onto the revert rate.
That will inevitably cost you more. Now, the current 5-year rates in particular are not as attractive as they were 12 months ago, but mortgage brokers are being inundated by clients scrambling for the last of the good fixed deals. As many as 30% deciding to pay more now for a 5-year term to lock in certainty.
A 5-year fixed rate, we're looking at around the 3% mark. We are seeing lenders offering variables still sub 2%. However, it's only 4 rate rises and you'll be thankful you fixed.
But fixing comes with risks and costs if you have to break the term early. Eddie Meyer, NBN News.
Commonwealth Bank customers are being warned about a convincing new scam. A fake email is circulating asking users for their login, personal details and credit card information by pretending their account is locked or suspended. Customers are urged not to click on any links, to delete the email and report it to Scamwatch. To finance now, and the ASX finished the day's trading 0.2% lower. Ansell's share price plummeted after the gloves and protective clothing manufacturer downgraded its earnings by up to 28%. Tonight, one Aussie dollar is trading at a little more than 70 US cents.
Tomorrow we'll see the biggest tax hike on tap beer in a decade. Drinkers currently pay 60 cents tax on an average $7 full-strength schooner. The ATO will increase that by 1.5 cents in line with the Consumer Price Index. Australia has the 4th highest beer tax in the world after Norway, Finland and Japan. The industry is demanding a tax cut after COVID lockdowns.
Well, it's easy to forget your mask when paying for petrol, but this bloke forgot his clothes as well. A customer at a BP in Sydney's eastern suburbs filled up at the Bowser and entered the servo naked, but for a pair of shades and sandals. The incident happened last Thursday and police say they've had no complaints to date. Sounds like one of those dreams you have. Just know when you're heading off to work and you forget. Anyway.
Oh, I don't have many though.
So we didn't.
Yes, let's throw to sport now with Mitch.
Mitch Raffers still smiling tonight.
He certainly is. His opponent is not Sam's team. After the break, Daniil Medvedev threatens to skip Wimbledon and the French Open. The Matildas sent packing at the Asian Cup, and a historic moment for women's surfing.
If you're ready to change lives, as well as your own, then a life-changing life is waiting in the care and support sector. Now hiring at careandsupportjobs.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra. When you're living health first, there's no such thing as too early.
Or too late.
Living health first is knowing when to listen to your body.
And when to tell it to keep going. Don't just get health insurance. Get health first with NIB.
The Aussie Angus. What will you taste first? The juicy hunk of Angus beef, crispy onion rings, beetroot? There's one way to find out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When we were young, and I tried to hold your hand, even way back then,
Michael
Michael Hill. Let's love.
This is Rosie. Normally, this would be the last place she'd be thinking about banking. But with Newcastle Permanent, Rosie can check her balance and make fast payments wherever she is. So she can fix her mate up for last night's takeaway that she might have just remembered about. Not bad. Newcastle Permanent, here for good.
There are two ways to make a mattress. The cheap way?
One piece, single-sided, with attached pillow top made out of foam.
Yes, Mr. Harvey, they should be 50% off. The best way.
Two-piece, double-sided, removable pillow top with thousands of microcoils and a 5-year comfort promise.
Sorry, Mr. Harvey, we make them, you don't.
The Bellissimo mattress, made like no other mattress. Making mattresses. Nobody makes a better mattress. Nobody.
Sandgate.
Find everything you need for your next adventure.
The Newcastle
at
Entertainment
Caravan
Centre.
Camping Lifestyle Expo. From caravans and camping gear to luxury RVs and holiday spots. From February 4 to 6, tickets are available online only at caravanexpo.com. Moving home? Don't do it alone. Downsizing? No compromising. Need some space? We know a place. For every stage of life, Storage King has hassle-free storage solutions. And we make it easy. In-store, over the phone or online, our expert team will customise a storage plan just for you. And with locations all over Australia, your items will never be too far away. Visit storageking.com.au today. Storage King, the kings of storage, moving and more.
Rafa can't wipe the smile off his face, but Daniil Medvedev feels burned by his Australian Open experience. The Russian star claims he may skip Wimbledon and the French Open to play more tennis at home after the crowd turned on him at Melbourne Park.
Downcast and defeated, Daniil Medvedev's fortnight as the pantomime villain had taken a toll.
From now on, I'm playing for myself.
At 2 o'clock this morning, the 25-year-old started his final media commitment with an emotional monologue.
I'll try to keep it short. Story of a young kid who dreamed about big things in tennis.
Lamenting his childhood ambitions had been crushed by a relentless Rod Laver Arena crowd.
It's disrespectful, it's disappointing. I'm not sure after 30 years I'm going to want to play tennis.
There was no doubting the pro-Rafa atmosphere. But as the Russian star reminisced about his boyhood dreams, spare a thought for last night's ball kids who couldn't avoid the Russians' wrath.
They can pass to each other. It doesn't have to be in the middle.
And while reinvigorated, Rafael Nadal will no doubt fancy himself at Roland Garros in 4 months. His vanquished opponent today hinted that he might just give Paris a miss.
There is a tournament on hard courts in Moscow before Roland Garros or Wimbledon. I'm going to go there, even if I miss the Wimbledon or Roland Garros or whatever.
Today, a gracious veteran hoped otherwise.
I really believe and hope that he will have this amazing feeling in the future now, because he's going to be a great champion, and the people going to understand how good he is, and going to understand a little bit better his personality, and I am sure that he's going to have the crowd supporting him soon.
The Matildas are out of the Asian Cup after losing their quarter-final against South Korea 1-0. It's a tough result for the highest-ranked team in the tournament, which wasted several big chances throughout the match.
But this is where we need to be better. We're a team full of world-class players, and we keep coming up short in moments like this, and we've just got to learn from it.
The early exit will heap pressure on coach Tony Gustafsson ahead of next year's World Cup in Australia. He's always said, "Don't judge me on the friendlies, judge me on the tournaments." For a bloke who's worn the club's colours since birth, there's no higher honour for Cam Murray than being named Rabbitohs captain. At 24, he's one of the most damaging forwards on the NRL field, a respected role model off it, and it turns out he's also good at keeping secrets.
A moment Cam Murray will never forget, being asked to lead the famous South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yeah, it was a bit of a numbing moment, I think. It was obviously such a privilege for me to, say yes.
New coach Jason Demetrio pulled him aside just weeks after last year's grand final.
I had to keep it under wraps for a couple months too, because he told me to just keep it between us. So I got pretty good at lying to people.
I'm sure I interviewed you at one point down at the beach, so
yeah,
you're admitting to lying to me.
Yeah, I lied to you. I had to. I don't like lying, but I had to, sorry.
It's easy to forgive Murray, a local junior who's worn cardinal and myrtle since before he could walk. Even from his mother's pram, Cam was part of the famous protest to get the bunnies reinstated in the comp.
It all adds to being, you know, such a, I guess, momentous job for me, but also adds to how special the opportunity is. I don't know if it's really sunk in yet too either, because I'm still in rehab at the moment and haven't really been able to complete a full session with the boys yet.
That's because he had shoulder surgery in the off-season, but his recovery is tracking well. Do you think you'll be right for round one?
Yeah, that's the plan. So that's what I'm kind of trying to manifest. But I've always said from the start of the process, I'm going to make sure it's okay. I don't want to rush anything.
Emma Lawrence, NBN News.
The Super Bowl is now set. The LA Rams have booked their second appearance in 4 seasons with a thrilling 20-17 win over the 49ers. They'll take on the Cincinnati Bengals, who kicked a field goal in overtime to defeat the Chiefs 27-24. Before the season began, the Bengals were rated 125-1 odds of reaching the Super Bowl after a lean few years. History has been made in women's surfing, with competitors paddling out at Pipeline for the first World Tour event to be staged, the iconic Hawaiian break. Local hope Malia Manuel made it look easy, while Tyler Wright was the best of the Aussies, finding a few barrels on her way to a first-round win. In just a moment, late heartbreak for the Jets in their COVID comeback.
From the very beginning, when we dreamed, you helped us get there. Now, our ambition is to be Australia's most sustainable supermarket. We will be 100% powered by renewable electricity by June 2025. And we're introducing Together to Zero. Zero hunger, zero waste, and zero emissions for generations to come.
Play for Oz.
Just like a beast.
If you've been thinking about university, now's the time to get started. But enrolments close on the 20th of February. Find the right study choice for you, all in one place with Open Universities Australia. Explore online courses today.
I'm in love. It's everything I've been dreaming of. I'm in love.
Tell your love story this Valentine's Day with Pandora Jewellery.
Don't tell Grandad, but he was right. I've overcooked these steaks.
I'm always right, son. I thought you'd know that by now.
Dad, how on earth did you hear that?
Have you heard of Amplifon?
At Amplifon, the hearing care professionals experience our latest technology hearing aids with a free trial, including the new Ampli Mini, so small it's almost invisible. Call 13MyEars to book an appointment and experience a free trial in the comfort of your own home. That's 1369 32 77. Amplifon, the hearing care professionals.
My property portfolio is protected by Terry Shear. I wouldn't trust anyone else.
As a first-time investor, Terry Shear provides the security I need.
You've got to be with Terry Shear. It's a no-brainer.
Call Terry Shear or go online.
Harvey Norman, your destination for the new Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. Get the Galaxy S21 FE 128 gig for $0 up front when you sign up to a new Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months. That's right, sign up to an Optus $69 per month SIM-only plan for 24 months and get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 128 gig for $0 up front. Plus, get bonus Galaxy Buds too. Offer ends 30th of January at Harvey Norman.
At this time of year, big things happen in the bedroom. OMF's big sale with big savings on quality mattresses up to 60% off, plus up to 50 months interest-free. And soon at Finder's best-rated mattress brand, OMF.
Looking out over the lake in the early morning with the sun coming up, everything falls away, all the tension, and I think, we're on holiday.
It really is a lovely sort of a lifestyle.
This report brought to you by Sportsbet's new Bet with Mates. Start your group, bet together and share the moment. Try it today with Sportsbet.
It produced one of the great finishes, but cricket fans could be waiting years for another women's test match in Australia. Coach Matthew Mott conceding the format is unlikely to become a regular fixture.
I still think that the test matches are really good in this context, around the top teams playing it, and I think that will only come to the fore when we're playing India and England every couple of years.
Australia can retain the Ashes by winning one of the 3 one-dayers, which begin on Thursday. Mark Rudin is the new head coach of the Wanderers after the club sacked Carl Robinson. Rudin has been signed until the end of the season and faces a huge challenge amid accusations of a toxic culture at the club.
We've made some mistakes along the way, but it doesn't mean that we don't believe that we're on the track. Everything here is set. Everything else is set here. We just need success on the pitch, and we believe that Mark will be the one that brings it along.
It's been 5 seasons since the Wanderers last reached the finals. 2 goals in 3 minutes have seen Adelaide secure a late victory over Newcastle in the men's A-League. It was a heartbreaking return for the Jets, who hadn't played since mid-December, while the 2-1 win extends the Reds' winning streak to 5 matches. The Jets' loss sees them drop to last on the ladder, but they have plenty of games in hand and won't have to wait long for a chance to atone, hosting Brisbane on Thursday night. Newcastle dominated the first half last night, but finally broke the deadlock just inside the hour.
Oh, it's a lovely goal! Absolutely spectacular from Beyersdorf.
That lead stood until the dying minutes.
Irakunda, what a goal! Irakunda, the 15-year-old, the backflips. Extraordinary.
Moments later, the Reds stole the points through their Japanese import. Despite the result, Arthur Pappas remains positive.
I'm just proud of him. I know I'm disappointed we lost, but I'm proud of a group of men that, they haven't played a game for 6 weeks. Some of them hadn't played for 7. We come up against a team that's, played 5 matches this month.
The Jets coach is now hoping Becca Mikeltadze will be fit to face the Roar on Thursday, after leaving the field early last night with cramp, while Valentino Yule could also be available after returning from international duty with South Sudan. Meantime, Newcastle's women sit in 6th place, following a dramatic 3-3 draw with Canberra.
Dolvik taking on an early shot! 50 seconds is all it took!
The visitors made it 1-1 after 17 minutes. The Jets restored their advantage after the break through Sophie Harding.
Newcastle back in front!
But Canberra hit back to make it 2-2, then took the lead just a few minutes later, only for Newcastle to respond from the restart.
Goal for goal for goal! Non-stop!
And finally, former Newcastle fan favourite Nikolai Topor-Stanley became just the 2nd player to reach 350 A-League games as Western United beat Melbourne City. Musselbrook's Bridie Parker would be an ideal signing for the inaugural Knights women's team, but don't expect her to be in a Newcastle jersey anytime soon. She's preparing for her 3rd season with the Roosters and is solely focused on helping the Tricolours win their first NRLW title.
She's the star from Musselbrook who's inspiring girls in the Upper Hunter to chase their dreams.
The likelihood of 2 NRLWs proposed is just unreal. So much women's footy this year, and it's great to be back.
After scoring on debut for the Roosters in 2018, Parker has only gone from strength to strength, making the Blue squad last season. This year, she's hopeful of ending the Roosters' NRLW hoodoo, with the club yet to find success on Grand Final Day. Its campaign starts with the triple header in Newcastle.
The opportunity to actually have a fair few games in Newcastle is so exciting for people within this area as well, because you've got young girls here, so many young girls coming through the system.
But playing for the Knights isn't likely in the short term.
I'm situated in Sydney at the moment, and the club is fantastic. The Roosters family, being there for so long, you class them as family.
The inaugural Knight squad is predominantly from Queensland and New Zealand, and the signings are already loving their time as a hunter.
Newcastle is absolutely like a rugby league town, and I feel like people are already starting to notice who we are.
But 4 weeks out from the season opener against the Eels, the players are firmly focused on building a strong football club.
Each week we're doing our cultural stuff as well, and then within the team sort of just trying to create that vibe, setting expectations and making sure that everyone sort of follows that.
Adam Murray, NBN News.
The girls look like they're having plenty of fun as well.
It's great to see it coming together, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Thank you, Mitch. All right, weather is coming up next. Hot and humid conditions, but a big change is closing in.
It's value the Australian way at Coles, with Coles Bakery cheese and bacon rolls. A tasty back-to-school snack, made in Australia, and just $3.50 for a 4-pack. Get your back-to-school snacks in-store or with Click and Collect at Coles.
Don't you tell me that I'm crazy. Don't you say that I'm losing my mind. I'm in love, love. It's everything I've been dreaming of. I'm in love, oh, I'm in love.
Tell your love story this Valentine's Day with Pandora Jewellery.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package, just $48.11. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
You can see lots of stars in Cobden, Western Victoria, the home of Western Star, where for over 94 years we've created not just butter, but a star. Western Star, more than butter.
Simon bought a cheap suit for his interview and exposed a bit more than his CV. And Felicity bought cheap home insurance that promised big cover. When it comes to the important stuff, don't risk bargain regret. Go here instead. Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does.
Dairy farmers, here's to good.
Imagine living in a house architecturally designed and built with you in mind. A home where your family can thrive. A home inspired by you and designed and built by Graf Residential.
Thomas Street, Wallsend.
There are two ways to make a mattress. The cheap way?
One piece, single-sided, with attached pillow top made out of foam.
Yes, Mr. Harvey, they should be 50% off. The best way.
Two-piece, double-sided, removable pillow top with thousands of microcoils and a 5-year comfort promise.
Sorry, Mr. Harvey, we make them, you don't.
The Bellissimo mattress, made like no other mattress. Making mattresses, nobody makes a better mattress. Nobody.
Warm and humid conditions to end January. February is going to be even hotter, but a big change is closing in. First of all, this evening's weather photo to begin the proceedings. A southerly came through today and it's very humid. So much so that moisture content in the air mass was pushed up and over that cliff and it produced that lovely little lenticular cloud formation. Thank you to super nurse Sandra Fallon for that fabulous photo. Let's take a look at the rain and where it came down over the past 24 hours. The big falls continue right throughout the northwest and across the territory. We've seen a very active time also right throughout southern New South Wales and Victoria. A few storms flaring up again throughout this afternoon around the ranges, but we're generally in between the weather systems. A lot of monsoon moisture over central Australia. Hot and humid there. It's cold down here and there's a lovely low just off the coast. Now that low is generating swell, but enjoy tomorrow because everything is going to close in. That trough line moving towards us. The cold air is going to collide with that hot, humid air. We'll see the wet weather ramp up, showers and thunderstorms. So there's those very warm temperatures to the north and to the south. Really quite cold. Storms again right throughout central northern Australia. Perth enjoying some beautiful conditions. For us today, well, very warm overnight. Some storms there tracking over the mountain areas around the Wadigans. Temperatures reach the low 30s right throughout the upper Hunter. we've got another very much summer's day on the way. But look at these hot temperatures. They will linger overnight because of that humidity count, again, making for what has been consistently hot summer nights. The winds, you can see light and variable, but on the thermoscale, temperatures really ramping up because it is going to be quite calm throughout tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, the likelihood of isolated shower, potential storm development yet again. So temperatures likely to crack the 30-degree mark for just about everyone. Temperatures into the low 30s from the Central Coast, around the lake area to Newcastle, Port Stephens. Then, the further you are inland, temperatures climbing into the low to mid-30s. Cloud increasing and the likelihood of that afternoon shower. And as I said, potential storm development embedded in that during the afternoon. Swell, no shortage of that. Plenty of it, 2.5 metres. That'll be thumping through during tomorrow. Looking pretty good leading up to that high tide tomorrow morning at 6:15. So back to the low in the afternoon at 4. Sun to rise at 6:15, down again at 7. Let's take a look at this forecast. It's all coming to a crashing end here. We've got that wet weather. They're ramping up somewhat Wednesday into Thursday. Onshore winds, cloud, and there's quite a lot of cool air in this. So temperatures really dropping there. You can see from Thursday onwards, particularly throughout the valley. So here comes the wet weather for all, including the upper Hunter there, particularly Wednesday as that change moves through. Similar for the Central Coast Goss, but also showers following suit in behind that system. And a significant temperature drop as well. So February not quite looking as pretty, but we're going to see a very nice day for board riders tomorrow. It is going to be absolutely cranky. We've got solid swell at the moment hitting the coast, and we should have some offshores. There's been a few banks around as well. The water temperature's been up. Those southerlies helping to make for some very warm ocean temperatures, so quite comfortable out there. But tomorrow, I'd say it's going to be a cracking morning. Should be a super sesh there tomorrow if you're able to grab hold of it, make the most of it, because a pretty ordinary period is on the way afterwards.
Not very happy about that.
No.
Thank you, Gav. That is NBN News for this Monday. A current affair is coming up next, and we'll also have updates throughout the evening. From all of us here, good night.
I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. It's great to be back with you, and huge thanks to Layla and Sylvia for holding the fort while they took a long break. Well, he's been Hillsong's shining star since day one, but after years of scandals, Brian Houston is stepping into the shadows. Who's been anointed to steer the celebrity church? You're about to meet a heartbroken mother who is fighting to ensure her daughter didn't die in vain. She wants to change the law and keep disqualified drivers off our streets. Mackenzie's family has started a petition to change the laws involving disqualified drivers. For more details on how you can help, head to our homepage. Well, it takes a unique person to say yes to marrying a total stranger on national TV. And this year's season of Married at First Sight is set to be very dramatic. Tonight, the audition tapes they thought you'd never see. Married at First Sight premieres tonight, right after A Current Affair. Up next, they're not afraid to tell it like it is. The school kids enlightening Brady on what life's going to be like for them.
Yourself informed at a time where anything can happen. News alerts when you need them most with the free 9News app.
The weddings all of Australia have been waiting for
I'm like shaking now.
are finally here.
Okay, so should we get married?
Starting tonight, 7:30, over 4 breathtaking nights. Australia's wildest,
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
most surprising,
Starts next. Well, you're coming back to my hotel room tonight.
emotional roller coaster.
God help me.
It's a whole new level of love.
Here's to the style of our happily ever after.
Married at First Sight, next on 9.
I gotta be free.
Starved to set you apart, built to set you free. Live outlandish, but an all-in Outlander from
The
Mitsubishi
rebate rewind
Motors.
is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package just 4811. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Once, twice, 3 in a row. We've been ranked Australia's healthiest supermarket own brands 3 years in a row, making healthier easier. That's today's fresh food people.
Hot on the
I
home.
heard that LMI Group are giving Budget Direct's car
Dream
home and
homes for
contents claim
growing
themselves a
families.
5-star rating. That's when I hear they'd solved it. That is an excellent
Budget
service.
Direct.
It's time you
Insurance
switched to
sold.
Budget Direct.
At Greater Bank, our home loan experts give
The
customers
Greater
greater
Building
advantage.
Society
Like we visit you
has
in
helped
your
everyone
time and
around
place.
northern New
Our
South
home loans
Wales,
have low
including
rates
Newcastle,
and low
Lake
fees.
Macquarie,
Plus,
and the Hunter
flexible repayment
for
options.
many
To switch
years.
and save with us, you don't even have to talk to your current lender. Discover how
Make
we
sure
optimise
you
home
head off to
loans
Greater
and why
Bank
so many
now.
of our customers are ahead on theirs.
Talk with our home loan experts and gain your greater advantage with Greater Bank.
Space. So big, so vast, so practical. This is Staria. Technology
That's all
light
thanks to
years ahead of its
Hyundai.
time. It carries 8 humans. Comfortably. Wrinkles stretch.
To galaxies beyond.
And thanks to this, you'll always be
Part of the cosmos. The all-new Hyundai Staria. Imagine that with Hyundai.
Introducing Dish Cure. Say no to smelly hair removal cream. With a fresher smell, and our wax strips contain a hypoallergenic formula, giving you touchably smooth skin. Try the Be Pure range today.
Now, good news for Newcastle Knights. Their 2022 season will start off first with the women's competition kicking off next month, which of course is February. That's followed by the men's competition in March. Take your seat at nighthub.com.au.
New Age Caravans, better than show deals at their Beyersdorf showroom. You won't find these deals anywhere else. Exclusive savings this Thursday till Sunday at New Age Caravans Newcastle, the Big Red Building, Beyersfield.
The moon's coming whether we like it or not.
This thing is a technological life form.
What's the plan? Save the moon. Save Earth.
Moonfall in cinemas February 3.
Welcome back. Everyone's wondering what school's going to be like in 2022, and we wondered what the kids are thinking. They've had to deal with a lot, and they certainly didn't hold back when Brady Halls asked them the hard questions.
Really not too sure about going back to school, or we're okay with it? We're okay with it. Thumbs up.
Great kids. Let's hope this year is better for them. Still to come, the underground rat race, from dodgy deals in car parks to kits being imported from India.
We'll come back with a current affair after the break. The brand new Kia is where you meet your muse. All new Kia Sportage. Kia.
I'll shoot you an estimate as soon as I get back to the office. Hey, I can help you do that right now. That's right. Right? I do it all. Estimates, invoicing, payments, job scheduling,
The
email
Friday.
marketing. I drive. Yeah, that's my line. Get started at
Friday.com.au.
The rebate rewind is on. Pay 2021 prices on the popular 6.6 kilowatt 18 tier 1 panel summer saver package just 4811. Lock in your rebate rewind by calling 1300 Sunboost. Sale ends January 31.
Get your Woolies worth with
By
prices dropped on
downloading the
hundreds of
Woolworths
healthier
app
products
now.
online and across the store.
Hurry,
Making
prices are
healthier
dropped.
easier. That's today's
Making
fresh
healthy
food people.
easier, because Woolworths are the fresh food people. course, Rotunda Homes are there for help. And also there to help as well. Rotunda Homes, dream homes for growing families.
Climb a tower and be a princess. You get shot at with arrows, wizards throwing spell packers. It's an amazing feeling. It's euphoric.
There are so many ways we can live better. Search
Medibank
Live Better to find yours.
Looking for an energy deal you don't have
That's
to
with
sweat?
Energy Australia.
Switch to Energy Australia's total plan and get 20% off the electricity reference price. Plus, go carbon neutral at home for no extra
We'll go
cost.
to their website now.
Find out more today.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Hi, Mum.
Mars. Enough chocolate
Mars
to deal with
bar
anything.
Oh, it's
is
very
something that you
good.
need.
I have lost 20 kilos
Jenny
on Rapid
Craig
Results
is
Max.
something
Jenny
that
Craig suits my
everyone
busy life
needs.
perfectly. I followed my
That
weekly
includes
menu
a
and
woman.
got results. On Rapid Results Max, members lost an average
Makes
of
you
6
lose
kilos
a lot
in the
of
first 4
kilos.
weeks. Come on, start today.
Find everything you need for your next adventure
Up at the
Newcastle
Lifetime,
Caravan Camping
up at the
Lifestyle
Lifestyle
Expo. From
Expo, the
caravans and
Newcastle
camping gear to luxury
Entertainment
RVs
Centre and
holiday spots.
Showgrounds.
From February 4 to 6,
February 4 to
tickets are available
6.
online only at caravanexpo.com.
Bit by bit.
Cause you better hurry, it must end Sunday, 6th of February.
Stronger. And Rebel's got what you need. So extend yourself. Because
Make sure you head off to Rebel.
Well, girls and boys, it's been another very exciting day for our friend Big Dog. Lots of adventure and fun for everyone. But now it's time for Big Dog to say goodnight. Good night, Big Dog. Good night, girls and boys. Sweet dreams.
Tomorrow night smells like a rat.
Time to rat out the rats.
Is this approved for use
Absolutely.
I'm not sure.
Inside a rapid antigen test racket.
But watch
Should you be
out.
doing this?
Dodgy deals
Busted.
in car parks.
Are you taking advantage of people?
Imported kits from
But
India.
what happens when he's busted?
And they're not approved.
That's tomorrow, and that's our program. Thanks for your company. Good night.